Well lads, today we are going to replace a timing belt on a 14 Clio. It's an 1.2 engine. I don't really know the code. I'm going to show you the timing marks just now. So let's start.
Good, isn't it? That is nothing.
Won't last, don't worry.
If you use the trolley, then you can use the trolley.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
This door won't, it's not locked, it's just going to be closed out so it keeps in the heat trap.
Right.
You can push it out if you need to come out.
So first things first, remove the air filter top of the engine, and then remove the vacuum line, and this line goes here. It's not a vacuum, it says the canister. Not really sure, I think so. Remove it completely because these ones are easy to break. Remove this one. Remove the rail line as well. Remove this first, it's easier. Jesus. Move the oil plug. Going to drop a little bit of petrol, it's normal. This line, it's not worth it. Now, we are going to jack the car, lift a little bit of the engine, and remove the engine. The engine mount. So we need to remove, obviously, down that way. It's a couple of bolts. Now we remove the wheel and the wheel arch. We'll remove this side at least. These are clips only. There's the bolt here. It's a Torx one. It's here. It's not this side, not this one either. Push this out. That's another pin here. Now we have access to the main bolt, and we have to jack the engine. It's good. Then we lose these ones. It's 3 plus 2. So I need the gun. This is a 16. Fuck. Let's remove. Leave this here. We can lift it a little bit more. It's good enough. Now we have access to these little ones. Let's see, they are 10s. 3. Opa. Then we have 4. Now we have access to the timing belt. There's a mark here. I'm going to zoom in a moment. And then you have a mark here. And I'm going to taipex this so you can see it properly. And here. Now we pass. And now you can see the fucking arrow. No, you can't because it's not focusing, but I'll show you guys in a minute. We have to turn the engine. So we can remove the crank pulley. It's out. Crank pulley. It's out. Do not crank this engine without this, because this is what keeps the belt in the correct place. Now we put the crank again, and this belt was almost dying. I'm going to show you guys the marks in a second, because you have another mark here. And you have another mark here. So let's put this bolt again. Okay. Then we have to crank the engine to the correct place. Now we put a big extension with a big ratchet so you can get to the crank pulley bolt, and then you turn and you turn and you turn and you turn. It's in the correct place. So in this engine, for example, if you don't have any special tools in this engine, you don't need it. But if you don't get them, you just do exactly the same, but without the engine marks. So this is the mark from the pulley. It's like a dot there. And in here you have an arrow. So it's easy enough. See? And then in the bottom you have this mark. It's like a mark in the block. It's not just a taipex. You can see it, you can feel it. It's literally like it's not an arrow, but something there. And then you have a dot there. And you can see that this belt, yeah, you can see it now. This belt was almost gone. Almost. So let's replace it. Now we have to remove the plastic housing. It's not a housing, it's like, it is, in fact it is, for the water pump. So we have a 10, another 10, and another 10. Basically, if this belt breaks, you're fucked. Okay. Okay, now we have access to the water pump and the pulley, stretch pulley, and everything. So the engine went out of, it's in the correct position, the bottom as well. So we are good to go to remove the engine here. Usually that's a 13. Let's check. Yep, 13. Let's say we can remove it with a small ratchet. Yep, it's perfect. Try to focus. Remove the complete nut. Now with an Allen key. It says an Allen key. It is. We remove it with a 6 Allen key. remove it completely.
Are you?
It was really lucky.
What happened?
No, this customer.
Right?
Because the belt was almost gone.
Yeah.
Like almost, and I'm not sure.
See, thank God we told him to do it.
Yeah. Was the best decision ever.
Oh, stop.
Really? Swear to you. This
Was
belt is completely fucked. Look at this.
Fuck it. That was ready to go, like.
Yeah.
Engine delete there, like.
Yeah. So this belt was completely fucked. Now let's remove the water pump. It's a couple of 8s. So we have to remove the pipe from behind the water pump. So the gearbox. The water pump is out. So you have to remove this pipe that is attached to another pipe back there. It's a tenner. So remove this one. A tenner. It's like a tenner bill. So the kit comes with a new gasket for the water pump and the new seal for this little pipe. So we replace this. A little bit of grease all around it, not so much, just to help. So the water pump is like this, and this pipe is like this to this side. And you have to put plenty of grease inside the pipe to help the other one get in, otherwise you are going to be stuck here a million years just to put one fucking pipe. A lot of grease, don't be shy. You can put the gasket first. They have like guides to the gasket, so yeah. You fit the gasket first, then you grab the water pump, slide it a little bit sideways. It's in the correct place. One bolt there. Be careful tightening this because they are 8s, like M6, I'd say, or M5s. It's good. Now we put the pipe behind here. Is this the pipe? You have to remove that bolt and then pull the pipe. Then with a lot of grease, you push in and it's good to go. So basically you have a mark here. So a mark, no like position to fit this. So be careful. It's in the correct position. You open it wider. Then you always check the position of the letters. Made in China. Wow. Then you start doing the crankshaft. You have to check the crankshaft again. You hold it. You come to the water pump. You come first to the water pump, then to the camshaft, and then to the tension here. It's good to go. Tap it a little bit. Here. You check the marks again, just in case it is perfect. This one you cannot see it. Align this with this. You cannot see it. You can see it now. Yeah, align this with this. Seems not to be in the correct place, but it depends where are you looking at. The place that you are looking at. And then you check the bottom. Not going to show you guys again. It's perfect. Now you can remove this little pin here. here. Focus, please. It's focusing, yeah. Remove this, the tensioner, stretch a little bit. And you have marks in this belt you don't, okay? But in some belts you have like marks to correctly fit it. Now you put the nut again, and then you give tension. I'll show you in a minute the position. Tight it. A little bit more. Oh, whoa. More than enough. So, going to try to show you guys. There. There. Supposedly you have to put that in the middle, the two spaces, basically. But you can give a little bit more. I prefer to give a little bit more. See, like that. It's perfect. Now comes one of the most important parts. You go to the crankshaft pulley and put it there, and you crank the engine 3 times. 2 is enough because it's a complete cycle. So this is a complete cycle. So it's 4 times 90 degrees. And when you do this, you have sure that the engine is timed and not out of time. So the top is check and the bottom is checked as well. It's perfect. Now we fit everything back together. Water pump plastic. Those 2. This one here. And you put the pulley in. Where's the pulley? It's here. The pulley has a small dent there. And you have to align with the crankshaft, obviously. So, one for the alternator. This one is the easiest one. And this one is for the AC compressor. There's specific tools to do this, but we have one. And these ones are easy enough, so usually it's way harder to fit them. And now you can try to crank it. I don't really like to do it. I prefer to finish the job. Engine mount again. And the job is almost there. It's almost finished. One there, one there. We drop a little bit. We drop the engine a little bit. Perfect. It's more aligned. We jack a little bit again. Perfect. Tight always the first threads with your hands. And then you can gun it. So it's here. Fill line first, click it. Now we put this and this line again for the canister. We use a little bit of grease again. Clicked. Air filter. Here. That's how you replace a timing belt on a 1.2 Clio. It's an easy job. Be careful always with the tensioner. Don't over tight, not under tight. And always crank the engine twice with your hands, turn the engine twice with your hands. If it's hitting a valve, you can redo it again, not causing any damage. So be careful, do the things correctly, and good luck.